When maintenance workers checked the rooftop tanks, they made a horrifying discovery. The story of Elisa Lam is one of the most chilling mysteries of the 21st century, a case that blends tragedy, mental illness, and the dark history of a cursed building, the Cecil Hotel. Elisa Lam was a 21-year-old student from Vancouver, Canada. She loved fashion, books, and blogging. Her Tumblr posts were honest and emotional. She often wrote about loneliness and her struggles with bipolar disorder. In January 2013, Elisa decided to travel solo through California. Her trip was meant to be an adventure, a way to find herself. Her posts were full of excitement. On January 26, she checked into the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. But this wasn't just any hotel. The Cecil had a dark past. Opened in 1927, the Cecil Hotel was once a luxurious destination. But as the neighborhood around it declined, so did the hotel's reputation. It became known as a haven for crime, drug use, and despair. At least 16 deaths had occurred there, including suicides, overdoses, and even murders. Serial killers like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, and Jack Unterweger had stayed within its walls. Locals whispered that the hotel was cursed. When Elisa checked in, the Cecil had been rebranded as the Stay on Main, trying to escape its history. But its sinister energy still lingered. Elisa was last seen alive on January 31, 2013. That day, she visited a bookstore nearby and spoke cheerfully with the manager. She mentioned she was buying gifts for her family back home. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. But that night, Elisa disappeared. She failed to call her parents, something she did every day. When they couldn't reach her, they contacted the Los Angeles Police Department. Search teams combed the hotel, room by room. Dogs were brought in but found nothing. It was as if Elisa had vanished into thin air. 2 weeks later, police released the last known footage of Elisa Lam, recorded by a security camera in the hotel's elevator. What it showed would baffle millions. Pause. In the video, Elisa steps into the elevator wearing a red hoodie. She presses several buttons, but the doors don't close. Then, she starts behaving strangely. She peeks out of the elevator, hides in the corner, then steps in and out, moving her hands in bizarre gestures, as if talking to someone unseen. At one point, she presses herself against the wall and waves her arms in an unnatural way. Finally, she exits the elevator and disappears from view. The doors close behind her. That was the last time Elisa Lam was seen alive. Pause. The video went viral. Millions watched and speculated, was Elisa being followed? Was she under the influence? Or was something supernatural happening inside the Cecil Hotel? Weeks passed. Guests began complaining that the hotel's water was discolored and had a foul taste. Pressure was low. On February 19, 2013, a maintenance worker named Santiago Lopez climbed to the rooftop to inspect the water tanks. When he opened one of the lids, he saw something floating inside. It was Elisa Lam's body. She had been naked, with her clothes and personal items floating nearby. The tank had been sealed, and reaching it required climbing a locked staircase and ladder. No one could understand how Elisa had gotten there. The autopsy report offered few answers. There were no signs of foul play or sexual assault. No drugs or alcohol in her system, only medication for her bipolar disorder. The official cause of death, accidental drowning, with her mental illness as a contributing factor. But many people didn't buy it. How could a 21-year-old woman climb to a locked roof, open a heavy tank lid, and fall in, alone? The elevator footage only deepened the mystery. Some believed she was running from someone, others thought she was in a psychotic episode. Conspiracy theories flooded the internet, everything from government experiments to ghosts. Even the timing was eerie. Around that same period, there had been an outbreak of tuberculosis in Los Angeles, and the test for it was called Lam Elisa. Coincidence? Or something more? In the end, the simplest, and saddest, explanation may be the truth. Elisa was known to experience severe manic and depressive episodes. It's believed she may have suffered a psychotic break that night, wandered onto the roof, and accidentally drowned while disoriented. The Cecil Hotel's faulty security systems, open roof access, and grim history only amplified the horror. But even if her death was accidental, the haunting elevator footage and the mystery surrounding her final moments have made Elisa Lam a permanent figure in internet folklore. Narrator, soft, reflective tone. Today, the Cecil Hotel stands empty, a monument to mystery and tragedy. And while the truth behind Elisa Lam's death may never be fully known, one thing is certain: her story reminds us of how fragile the human mind can be, and how some mysteries are not meant to be solved, but remembered. This was the disappearance of Elisa Lam, the Cecil Hotel mystery.